Sydney is one of the most beautiful cities in the world. It's something that's easy to forget when you live here and see the same part of it every single day. We've just come out of a very wet and miserable winter, so with the sun returning, I really wanted to make the most of it. This day started with a loose plan, to walk around the northern foreshore of Sydney with my film camera, capturing anything that I found interesting along the way. Yeah, I don't really know what I'm expecting to find, but whether it's nature or some, kayaks left on the side of the beach, I'm sure there'll be something, but it is time to get going if I'm gonna make it very far, so yeah. As much as I wanted to keep things relaxing, I also knew that it should be a nice sunset, and I wanted to make sure I found a good spot to capture it. With 6 hours until sunset, I felt that I had plenty of time to make it around the peninsula, far enough to look west across the harbour and see the glow on the horizon. So I started the day off pretty slow, just trying to enjoy the stunning afternoon. The first few beaches along the way were so idyllic that I probably could have used all my film just in the first hour. Found this boat, it's pretty interesting. Just lying there. It's pretty cool. See a cool yellow boat over there. Let's try it out. Alright, so I've gone past the first few beaches, took a few photos. As the sun goes down and I get further around the peninsula, it should start to be a little bit more side-on and just more interesting. I think with film, like, a lot of light is good. Oh. Somehow, even under the harsh 2 p.m. sunlight, the classic Australian colour palette really came into life in a way that should be really interesting on the film, and the way that kind of blends greens and yellows. At this point, I was already taking way more photos than I expected, but that's a nice problem to have on a day like this. Part of why I'm doing this, I'm just trying to force myself to make time for, getting out in nature and just observing the world, rather than just, rushing around always with some kind of goal in mind. It's nice just to be out here. It's healing. It's exactly the sort of scene that I feel like Portra does really well. There's a lot of detail, a lot of green. That's what I love about film, I can see it clearly through the viewfinder, but I'm just guessing what it's going to look like once it's developed. My Portra just ran out.
so Portra is done. This is yeah, Gold 200.
I was well behind the pace I'd been hoping for, but this area just kept delivering gorgeous scene after gorgeous scene, including this very cooperative Australian water dragon. This kind of late afternoon sun before golden hour is one of my favorite times to shoot. You get so much natural contrast and vibrance without the difficult shadows of midday. In a city of 5 million, I love that there's still so many places like this where it's just you and nature. It feels remote, but somehow it's just a 20-minute drive from the city. As the sun began to get lower, the water started to come alive, and the light filtering through the trees became something straight out of Rivendell. This is the kind of scene that could look completely different on different film stocks, but I think Kodak Gold should be able to handle everything really well, and really exaggerate that warmth that's already there.
I'm probably like halfway to where I was trying to go, and it's 3:52, sunsets in 2 hours, so I've had to speed up a little bit, but everywhere's just so gorgeous out here that it's been really hard to just walk past things, constantly stopping and just admiring.
After crossing Spitbridge, I headed straight for Balmoral Beach. I'd hoped to catch some nice light here, but once again, it was more than I could have asked for. This red boat looked like it was straight out of a painting. Because of some camera issues with the shutter, I'd already finished my roll of gold. This is all I'd intended to shoot throughout the whole day, but luckily I had some Ilford black and white in reserve, which I was also excited to try.
So basically I've ended up having to walk really quick just to make it to the other side of the peninsula so I can get a sunset. It's been pretty hard luck, to be honest. Yeah, actually found a few cool things along the way, so worked out pretty well.
At some point, while I was walking as fast as I could to try and make it here, I realized what I'd done. Instead of taking the pressure off and just letting the moments come, I'd forced a destination where one wasn't really needed. The sunset might have been worth it, but I think sometimes it's better to just wait and observe. because my attention was so split that whole afternoon with trying to make a video while also capturing some worthwhile photos, I wasn't sure what to expect from the photos themselves. But when I sat down to scan, I was reminded of why I do this. Not because it's somehow better, but because the physical link to the negatives just makes the whole process more fun. And to me, that is important. I'll definitely be making more videos like this in the future, so if that interests you, please subscribe to let me know.